far as the bad goes with this car, my first complaint with the Model 3 on a massive road trip like this is there's no satellite. Having no satellite for GPS or for your music is mind-blowing to me. I don't understand why they didn't put satellite in this car. I was told by the salesperson and the person that delivered the car to me the day I picked it up that the car was ready for Sirius Satellite XM radio. And so the day after I bought the car, I went to get Sirius put in, and you can't get Sirius Satellite in this car. You have to get an external box. It doesn't work with the panel very well. I haven't found anyone online that has been able to integrate it into the touchscreen. We also lost connection with the system, the network that Tesla has on the car, so the GPS would go out, and we'd be in the middle of nowhere in Montana, New Mexico, all around the United States. We kept losing the signal. Okay, so it's about 12:20 p.m. We're still in Montana, and I just had the navigation completely stopped. In a lot of the places that we've gone, we lose our Wi-Fi and connection. What just happened now is I missed a right-hand turn. I did not get notified to take a right turn. And then a notification came up and said, if you don't drop your speed, you're not going to make it to your next destination. And that's because I was headed out into the middle of nowhere. Had I not seen that alert come up, I could have been in a lot of trouble. So now what I'm trying to do is reroute myself back to a supercharge station. Only I have no reception, and I keep trying to route, and it won't route. Okay, August 14th, just left the Boone Tavern Hotel, and now my GPS isn't working. So we had an issue with the backup camera, that's not working, and now the navigation isn't working. If you're taking a massive road trip around the country, that is my #1 complaint, is that there's no satellite hookup integrated into the car from day one. The technology in this car is mind-blowing, but then you've got weird features where, like, the handles are clunky, the hood is clunky, the trunk is clunky. It just doesn't make sense when you know that they've already kind of figured that out on the other cars. I'm sure it was just a way to save money. The door handles on the outside of the car, I really wish they had put in a slick door handle like on the S or the X, where it just automatically pops open to get in. The handles look amazing, and everybody comes up to going, oh my God, how does this work? How does it work? Do they automatically pop out? And I'm like, no, you got to stick your thumb on that side, it pulls out, and then you got to pull it. It's clunky. When you're getting in and out of this car a lot, the way we would jump out to grab photos and then run back in the car, and then 2 seconds later we're jumping out of the car. And if you've got, you know, I've got my camera hanging off me, I've got her leash, I'm holding on to her or whatever, and you're trying to get into the car easily, it can get frustrating. The hood on the car, it's really clunky when you go to close it. You can't just like set it down and then it pulls in or something, and you don't slam it shut. You have to close it, and then with your hands, you gotta just like push really hard. And it just seems like a really weird, clunky way to have to close your hood on a car that's so elegant. When you're driving in any kind of daylight, the reflection of the dashboard in the side mirrors is really bad. And I've got the darker interior. If you have white, it's a really big problem. Well, that's not that big of a deal. You get used to it pretty quickly, but it is something that I think they need to update for future design models in the cabin of these cars. The cup holder doesn't pop out at all. I didn't realize that until I went to clean it. Usually there's like a rubber coating or something in there that you can lift out, and then it's easy to clean. It'd be nice if that popped in and out real easy. So the other thing is with the app on the phone and the credit card looking key that you use to get in and out of the car, there's a lot of times when the phone just doesn't connect to the car, and you walk up and the app is activated, you even have internet connection, it remains locked. And then you have to stand next to the car really close for a while to get it to recognize that you're there. And it isn't always convenient to pull out your phone, open the app, and then hit unlock. It's like 5 or 6 button steps usually to get to the unlock feature. I asked the salesperson and the person that delivered the car, is there a Tesla app for your watch? Can I unlock the door with my watch? They all said yes. You can't. Having the key card is like it's okay, but you got to pull it out, you got to tap it on the side of the door. It would be great if there was a widget or something where you could just quickly swipe up on the phone and the Tesla app was available there, so that you could just hit unlock on the car doors or something. And then there are a couple just upgrades, I think, for software. Using the GPS on this can get really frustrating because there's no ability to enter multiple destinations. That would be like my #1 software upgrade. If you're on a massive road trip, you've got to be able to enter multiple destinations and sort of route where you're going in a day so that you can plan your mileage. And we're not going to go down through there, so we're going to cut here. This is where I don't like the navigation for the Tesla. I want to be able to put in multiple destinations and say I want to go here, here, and here. And it doesn't, as far as I know, let you do that. Yeah, that really blows. Okay, so I'm going to try to figure that out with Google Maps, and we'll be back. With that, when you map a destination on here, it instantly auto brings you back to your arrow icon where you're currently located. So you're looking at the big picture of where you're going to be taking your journey, and then while you're looking at that and you're trying to figure out where you might go or where you would want to add another destination if you were allowed to, the map automatically zooms back into the arrow. There's no way to turn that off right now, and it's really frustrating. So I found myself more often than not using Google to plan my route when I should be able to do all of that right here in the car. But I've also noticed that the map will show you certain destinations, whether it's like restaurants or other businesses and stuff will pop up. When you click on those logos, it would be great if it actually expanded like on Google Maps so that you could call the business or instantly route yourself to that business without having to type it in. Because right now it shows you different places in the area, but it doesn't allow you to like click on it and have it unfold so that you can navigate, call, or do any of the stuff that Google already allows you to do. A lot of these are really minor tweaks that I think they can update in software. The door handles, the trunk, the hood, all of that stuff, you know, in future updates, if they allowed that to be an upgrade of some sort. And then obviously the #1 thing for me, just not having satellite, really that's a big complaint for a road trip, because when you're in the middle of nowhere without the satellite connection, you're lost. I was relying on listening to music off my phone for a lot of the trip because the phone and this system kept cutting out, and you just can't listen to their streaming service on a long road trip without it cutting out a bunch of times. And that's really disappointing on a car like this. I would definitely have some sort of backup plan. And that's it. I'm gonna go run some errands. Indy's gonna stay in the car, and we'll be back. God, when that GPS disappears, you're screwed, you're lost. Technology is wonderful, but so is a paper map and another way to get to where you're going, because no cell service, no service on the Tesla GPS or the Tesla Wi-Fi, all of it's completely shut down.